Hi, Gloria. Yes. Can you
Hi.
hear
Can
me?
you hear me okay? Oh,
Can you
good.
hear me okay? Cool bean.
Yes.
So you figured it out.
Well, why everybody want to start calling me at
Let
7:30?
me put my
I'm like,
phone on Do
don't be
Not
calling me
Disturb.
right now.
Okay. Just because you said that, I'm like, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Did you put
Right.
your phone on Do Not Disturb?
Uh, no. I
It's just
guess I need to
easier
do
because
that.
people might, interrupt us. It's been
How
pretty
has your day
decent.
been?
I had a workout class tonight, step class, and that's always a good
Uh-huh.
time. It's such a great way to end the Tuesday evening.
I saw some of the videos. You guys be
You
moving it
know
and
what's
working
so
it.
funny is that I did my last live on a Tuesday last week with Dr. Shamara, one of the panelists, and she was saying the same thing, and I was
Uh-huh.
inviting her out, and she was like, "Girl, I done seen the videos."
No, I listened to that. That's why I watched, because I remember what she said about
It
not being
really
able to
just
keep
takes
up.
practice. I've been doing it for a few years. I've had some injuries, so I've had to slow down and I wasn't able to be consistent. But when you practice over and over, like it's like muscle memory. Like your body just kind of remembers what to do without you thinking about it. It
You
is
guys look like you
so
had a
much
lot of fun
fun.
too
It's
doing
so
it.
much fun. If you're ever interested, so we're at the
Where do
Vault
you all
off
meet?
Lee Road. Are you in Akron? Okay.
I'm in Akron. Well, I'm actually in Springfield Township, so I'm not in Akron.
No.
Are you familiar with Mogador? Okay, yeah, maybe 20 minutes
Okay.
outside of
Yeah,
Akron.
so if you're ever in Cleveland on a Tuesday night, and there's beginners on Wednesday, so
Yeah, I saw some individuals who looked like they were beginners. I'm like, oh, well, she's not
that's because
intimidated
the
by it.
instructor Ari's really good, and Ari's one of our Girl Talk members as well, and has been a featured panelist, and she's just really good at training and breaking it down. So she'll cater to you. She knows you're new. Yeah.
Oh, okay. She's in Akron, is she?
No,
Because I
she's
do know
here.
a Ari in
She's in
Akron.
Cleveland. Yep.
Okay.
So how was your day? What'd you end up doing?
It
Oh,
was.
your sound went out. Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Okay. It was pretty challenging. Working part-time in the school, we never know what can happen, that everything can change in a moment of time with the kids. And we've been having bomb threats at the school by
That's
Russia.
crazy.
So,
So much.
yeah, yeah. And the crazy thing is, Akron Public Schools went out and sent an email to the parents before they told us, the staff. And we had parents coming in, picking their kids up, taking them out of
Crazy.
school. And it was just, yeah. Yeah. So you hadn't heard about that. That was Ohio, Tennessee,
No.
and Michigan, where supposedly Russia is making threats on the public school system. So precautionary measures have to be put in place when you
And
get
that's
that.
so random. Ohio, Tennessee, and who else? Who else did you say?
Michigan and
That's so random.
Tennessee.
It's like, what do we do to
Wait a
Russia?
minute. I need to.
Ohio. Like, uh-oh. You're breaking up. All right. Hopefully, Miss Gloria Terry will pop back in. Let me check my internet service. Make sure it's not me. Okay. It looks like you were out for a little
Okay.
bit. Are you back? Yeah, you were
I'm back. Can
frozen
you
for
see
a
me?
little bit.
Okay.
Well, we might get this
Okay.
started now out because I was having issues with Instagram even last week with Dr. Tamara live. It cut me off after a time frame, even when I was trying to do it live earlier. So I had to take the app off my phone and re-download it, and I hope that helped.
Oh, okay. I hope we won't have any issues or any problems.
So we'll get started now. We have a few people joining us in, and so we will cater to them. Thank you guys for attending our live with Miss Gloria Terry. I am author Nicole G. Miller, and we're going to have a little chit chat because we have our upcoming event coming, Girl Talk. The topic is dealing with grief at the holidays. So I know this is a topic that's near my heart. I know Gloria is, expert in this field. So I just want to give you space, Gloria. Tell us who you are, what you're about, and what is your draw to this topic.
Okay. Again, thank you, Nicole, for inviting me to this platform to speak to the beautiful ladies and gentlemen who are on Instagram this evening. My name is Gloria Terry. I wear several hats. I am the director and founder of a nonprofit organization, Grace Academy of Small Wonders, where I work with elementary girls around mental well-being, social skills, and etiquette, godly character, and spiritual awareness. In addition to that, I work part-time in an elementary school as a family liaison, where I'm able to provide my program, my girls' program there during the lunch time there at the school. And I'm also a licensed and ordained minister, the Gospel of Jesus Christ, and a certified grief recovery specialist. The reason why I'm passionate about this topic is that I was first introduced to grief recovery back in the late 90s. I had gone through a very dark season in my own life, and coming to understand that grief is a natural and normal part of an emotion that we'll have because of loss. And so many of us go through loss, yet we don't know how to process the loss and deal with the grief. So because of my own personal experiences, what I was going through in my own life, and how effective the program had been for me working through that grief, I just decided to continue the program and become a certified grief recovery specialist. And I've been doing it since the late
amazing.
90s.
I know Dr. Shamara talks about loving to see the transformation of people in her line of work. Do you get to see that when you walk alongside someone that becomes a part of the program? Or is it just you're pouring into them and they go about their merry way and you don't really get to see that?
Well, actually, Nicole, it's both. It is very transformational. And oftentimes individuals, when you talk about the topic of grief, individuals think that grief is always associated with death, and it's not. Grief is associated with any type of loss. And we have other losses in addition to a loss that occurs through death. You have loss of innocence, loss of trust, loss of safety, loss of health. All of those are losses that create grief. So the grief recovery method program is actually a very comprehensive program. It's like 8 weeks. All right. As you said, you had some issues before.
I know.
Technology, huh?
I need to update my phone, but we'll just push through.
Okay. Well, as I was sharing, you do a loss history graph, and you start with your first conscious memory, and you look at all the losses that you have ever suffered in your life and the emotional impact. And therefore, you have a snapshot of your losses, and you can look at that graph and then determine which loss you should work on. So through that 8-week comprehensive program, grief recovery method, yes, we do totally see a transformation. One of the things we say in the grief recovery method program is when your heart is broken, your head doesn't work right. And oftentimes when individuals aren't really aware that they've they're suffering grief from a particular loss, they don't make the decisions and the best decision and choices that they can make for their life. So therefore, with the comprehensive grief recovery method program, that allows them to do that and to look at loss totally in a different way and to work through the grief.
I agree. I think I did something similar after my mom transitioned. I remember reading a book and doing the timeline, and I was able to see different points in my journey where it was just difficult. And that was helpful because I was able to see patterns in my life and being spiritually led, able to see just how God was moving in my life in that way. And then what you shared about how we can grieve over different things made me think about a blogger I read years ago talking about grieving even during good times, because she had transitioned into marriage and just grieving the loss of her name, grieving this old identity that she had before her husband to her picture. And so even though it was good stuff happening, there were little things that she was leaving behind. That was a change, you know, and there was still some change, grief attached to that. So I thought that was interesting.
Yes. As I
Now,
said, it was very, very helpful for me. I was going through a divorce at the time, and just a very hard and difficult situation. And it's not an easy program to go through, yet it's very beneficial. I could definitely say that it was helped me to look at a whole lot of things, not just the particular loss of a particular lifestyle, going from being married to being divorced, but even what led up to the choices that I made in that whole situation.
so very revelatory. Now, do you guys get an influx of people during the holidays who need your services?
Well, I would answer that and say no. And the reason why, as I said, it's a very comprehensive program. And to encourage individuals to make an 8-week commitment can be challenging, especially during the holidays when individuals are busy doing other things, yet they're dealing with depression or sadness. Maybe a loved one has passed on. The holiday season is not the same because of the loss of that loved one. Yet what individuals do, what we call, the term that we use is STERBs, STERBS, short-term energy relieving behaviors. So rather than individuals dealing with the internal temperature that's going on in the inside that may be causing the sadness or the grief or the depression, they involve themselves in short-term energy relieving behaviors, busying themselves. It could be going out shopping, actually spending money in a way to avoid the pain, and doing something that might give a rush at that moment that you're out shopping. Or some individuals church can be a stir. For me, that was one of the things I learned about myself going through my process as a believer. I just delved into going to church, but not really dealing with the real pain that I was dealing with, but a short-term energy relieving behavior. So to answer your question, we don't see more individuals just all of a sudden saying, hey, I'm going to go through the grief recovery process because I'm dealing with this issue or this sadness. I'm not feeling the joy that oftentimes individuals seem to expect during the holiday season, and they just delve into other things to temporarily cover up the sadness that they feel, unfortunately.
Man, you really hit the nail on the head, especially being faith-based, how we can kind of hide in these acts and run from our grief. I definitely felt I was doing that in my journey. I just really wrestled with my own identity as a believer. I was struggling so much emotionally. Shouldn't I believe the person's in a better place? All that rhetoric. So we're definitely going to tap to those things at our upcoming Girl Talk. Is there anything you would like to share with our audience regarding the upcoming Girl Talk that you're excited about discussing or you're looking forward to?
Oh, yes. I'm very, very much looking forward to Sunday and just talking about a topic that can be difficult to talk about, especially when everyone around you seems like they're just so happy and thrilled and meeting with families. Yet the reality is there's a lot of broken families, a lot of stress, a lot of heartache and pain. So I commend you, Nicole, for tackling a topic that can be difficult, and to tackle it head on to help your audience to know that grief is a normal, natural response to loss. And in this world, we have many, many, many losses, and it's okay. And once we're able to work through that grief and acknowledge the loss and the emotional impact of that loss, we actually can return to fully loving again, because our inability to deal with grief can um, prohibit our ability to love fully. So I'm looking forward to Sunday and just providing the information in a platform that's open and genuine and honest, where individuals can work through any difficulties they're having during the holiday season.
Thank you, Gloria. You guys can catch more December 17th on Sunday from 6 to 8 at Ink Therapy Studio in Bedford. Tickets are $5 online at Eventbrite and $10 at the door. So definitely come, tap in, tell a friend to tell a friend. I definitely think it's going to be a meaty topic, and you're going to be surrounded by those who've been used. Thank you, Miss Gloria Terry.
Thank you.
Your time
Bye-bye.
tonight. I will see you on Sunday.
I'm looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.